Okay, so now we're gonna work on the rest of the embellishments for our projects, like our mini tag, the tags that are here, and then the card that I add in this pocket along with the other embellishments. So we are going to be using a bunch of paper punches to create these things. And again, you don't need all of these paper punches. You can definitely cut a lot of the things that I've added to this project by hand. If you have a Cricut machine, any one of those cutting machines, you can definitely cut these images out with that machine as well. So let's go ahead and start with, I'm gonna start with cutting out the balloons that I need. And in this card, the 3x4 card, I also use balloons. So I'm gonna punch those out. I'm going to be using paper that I have in my stash to do that. I need these corner pieces for 2 of my panels. Now I need to cut out some stars, and I'm using different size stars here. So I'm going to use this Stampin' Up! Punch. Now, these papers that I'm using, I'm just using them because I've had them in my stash for so long. But again, you can always go through your scraps that you are using already and punch these items out. But again, I'm using them because they're already in my stash. So I need 1 big star and then 1 little star. Then for my tags, I need a flower and then a fish. So it's another Stampin' Up! Punch, but you can use any flower punch you have. And then for the fish, I cheated. I used this new punch from Stampin' Up! So I cut it, and then I cut it into a goldfish shape. I'll show you how I did that. I just placed it in like that. Right, that's my image. And then I cut it. And there's my goldfish. Okay, so I have all of my shapes there. I have my balloon. We created those, that. Okay, so now I need the circles. The circles, I use a 3/4 circle punch. And I also used silver. To make our tag, I cut 2 pieces here. And this was part of the invitation. This was part of the tail piece from down here. I cut this into 1.5 by 2.5. And because it does have a back side, I cut a piece of cardstock from my scraps that I'm going to glue behind here so they can write their message here for the recipient. So with these pieces of paper, I'm going to use this tag punch also from Stampin' Up! And you can actually cut 3 different sizes using this punch. You can cut 1 inch, 1.5, and 2 inch. Okay, this one's better, but this one, let's trim this up. Okay, and now we'll glue this here, and then I'll trim this after. Okay. Need a little flower embellishment, so I have this punch. Again, it's another Stampin' Up! Punch of a little flower, but use what you have. I'm going to use this purple one. Right there. Okay, so to make this little mini card, the pieces that I need here are the 2 balloons that I already cut out, and I need a 2-inch round circle and 2 1/4 scallop. Here I have a scrap here of the purple. And And again, this was a 2-inch round circle. And now I'm using a 2 1/4 inch scallop. Okay. And then I need a strip, so let me cut that. And I'm going to use a piece from the envelope flap. Okay, so I cut a piece of strip using a piece of the envelope flap, but this measures 1 inch by 3. Okay. My tags measure 2 inches by 3 inches. So I'm going to punch the toppers on these using my same punch from Stampin' Up. I forgot to mention one more item that you're gonna need for your flip book. So as soon as you open the book, right, your book is like this, and you open it, you have the birthday greeting right here. Now, if you can't find this, it's fine. Just go online and Google a mermaid, or just print something out or stamp something out that says happy birthday, because you want the greeting to be right there when you first open it. I actually cut this out of a little birthday paper bag that I had left over from a previous party, and that's what I cut apart to embellish this panel. So these are the pieces that I have left, right? So it's the other side of the paper bag, and then these were the side panels of my paper bag. So I'm going to use the side panels to decorate my mini tags, and this was a piece of the invitation that I'm also going to use to decorate my little tag. I'm going to cut, like I said, these scraps to decorate my cards, so they're going to look slightly different. I mean, the point is to just decorate them. So I know that they measure 2 inches this way. So this is a piece of the invitation, and I'm gonna slice this up a little bit because I don't want it to take the whole bottom. So I'm just gonna cut this out. I'm just eyeballing it. Now I'm gonna take my scissors just to cut this little piece here. All right, just like that. So this is one of them. Let me cut it now to 2 inches. Just like that. And then for these two, I'm going to cut my strips. I'll cut these at 1 inch. Okay. And then 2 inches. That. I'm just adding to my scraps. Now for this one, I'm gonna cut this at an angle. So I'm actually, this is, again, this was the seam because it was the side of the bag. So I'm just gonna cut using my scissors, going up like that. And then I'm going to cut at an angle. And again, I'm just eyeballing it. And even eyeballing it, I'm horrible at cutting. This is why I have paper punches. Instead of cutting a straight line, I looped it. So let's try that again. Okay. All right, let's cut it this way because it's got some folds. Okay. All right, I'm gonna try to go straight up. There we go. So there we go, there's my tag. For my tags, we have our top and the back pieces, and then I cut these little strips of ribbon which measure about 2 1/4 each, and that's what we're gonna add here. Gonna bring out my stapler, and I'm also gonna use a hot glue gun. So now to embellish these, so I'm gonna cut a little fish to go here like I did this one. A little goldfish. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Up punch again, and I'm going to use a piece of my scrap, some of the pink. So let me trim this so I can reach that part. And then cut my fishies. That's one, and I'm going to cut another one. 2. Okay. Trim these up. So now we have our two little fishies. I'm gonna add one there, and I'm gonna add one here as well. So I'm gonna start gluing my pieces down. Now we're gonna take our ribbon, and the ribbon, you're just going to, if you wanna just watch me, I'm gonna just bring them together like this. I don't know if you can see that, but like this, right? To make like this little pleat, I guess, right? Because my goal is to have, you know, the right side up. And I'm going to staple these right to the top of my tag, using my mini stapler, just like that. Again, just do this. So now I'm gonna use my hot glue gun, and we are going to add our little embellishments. So here's my fishy. And the whole purpose of this is just to cover that staple. Okay. So now I'm gonna flip them over. The recipient can write a message on here. Now we're gonna attach the circle ones here to cover that as well.